Hey there, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld False God, episode 87. Full Might of a God. Okay, Kitchen Head has joined. So now we get a little bit more wood. Seasonally. The weird stuttering stuff for Crimson Empress was weird. I know, I actually went into like the Dubs tools for analytics and all that to try to figure out why I was stuttering and could not for the life of me figure that out. It must have been some sort of, if I was to take a wild guess, some task queuing issues between Vampire Pathing and RimWorld, and there was some sort of confusion between path queuing priorities. Again, a wild guess. Would I stream how to design my mods? I don't really do a lot of modding anymore. I don't have time for it, so most of the time it's just me slightly modifying mods in order to get them ready for the stream. So for instance, for Knights of the Seer, all I really did was make some of the research for caster gear accessible at a medieval level, and then make the benches for that gear accept the crafting tasks. That's all I did, and that takes like 15 seconds in XML. It really wasn't. It's not much to show. Our weapons benches are just about full. This trap is looking almost fully reset. Just a few items left in there that we might want to haul out. Those robots are really researching. Quite the dedicated researchers they are. Make sure that there's no parts of the home zone that needs to be updated. I'm almost done getting the home zones up to date. There's a bit of smoothing left to do, but not a whole lot. And I think some of these smoothing tasks can't even be reached. Yeah, when the Crimson Empress went kind of super laggy mode, it's not like I was going to pause the stream to dig into the analytics to try to fix it. I just have to roll with it. And then, since the stream is over and the series is over, I also now subsequently don't care why. It's an ongoing joke between me and LB Mayan, who's a member of the community who also helps mod stuff for me. There's a few people that do that: Droiden, Mr. Chimic, LB Mayan, and the ongoing joke is essentially that I should never use Jex tools or any of the Jex mods, which is like Call of Cthulhu or the vampire mod that we used for Crimson Empress, or Lord of the Rings mods that he has, because his mods are I mean, they're really, really cool, but they tend to have a lot of bugs. They tend to break often and epically in a way that is almost always unfixable on stream. So we have a heat wave, but it's late in the season, so I'm not too worried about the heat that's going to exhaust. And I think the breach protections are done. Yep, that got built. So yeah, they are done. We are now breach protected. Or at least the first iteration of breach protection, so let's update the goal. Accept bloodshed for hire. So I'm going to do that in the morning. The code is more spaghetti than Italian wedding. You know, I actually haven't looked at a lot of the Jex code, but they do come with a lot of issues. The only code that I've really looked at lately is like Twitch Toolkit code, for instance, is also super spaghetti. Cinelipples, thanks for all the gifted subs. Cheers. I myself am very guilty of writing spaghetti code, so I shouldn't be one to judge. You would love to participate in a Toolkit series? So there has actually been updates to Twitch Toolkit to make it a little bit more robust for larger audiences. And I've had some private conversations with some of the developers working on those changes. So I would be open to, after maybe False God wraps up, to try another Toolkit series. They're hard to balance, though, because, yeah, you don't want to make ramping up the difficulty too inexpensive, and you don't want to make supporting and supplying resources to the colony too inexpensive, because then you get either massively overwhelmed or massively overpowered, and it's really hard to balance between the two, especially given that you have no idea what the audience members are actually going to buy. So even if the cost of like a raid and a friendly raid are like equal, it doesn't mean that people won't buy 16 raids and no allies, or 16 allies and no raids. So the Twitch Toolkit series almost always descends into pure chaos. Not that that's necessarily a problem, as long as everybody knows how it's going to go. That I definitely have had YouTube comments of like, I hate those Twitch Toolkit series, because some people really just don't like how chaotic they become, and how I really at that point can't poll anything, because things are happening so quickly and so chaotically that there generally isn't so much of a like a plan, as it's all reactive to what's happening. Nuclear reactor's done. Let's get the Johnson Tanaka drive. I wonder if those Johnson Tanaka drives are named after really early, like, Kickstarters. I'd imagine they are. Unless it's referencing, like, a scientist that I don't know about. Big Bear, thanks for the sub. That's kind of the whole fun of a Toolkit series. True. Yeah. Some people really just don't appreciate that there isn't a natural progression of challenge. It either is super easy or super hard, or nothing in between. Or that I just get perpetually trolled, which also happens. I'm looking at you, Shield, with Mr. Infestation Buyer. But yeah, I mean, I'm down for it, however it goes. As long as there's a warning about how it can go wrong. Oh, 5 Thrumbo? Yeah. Alright, let's accept the quest. You voted for 2. Here comes the Berserkers. Again, in the Forbidden Room, I could, if I cared, move the orbital trade beacon out of there so they wouldn't land where they probably shouldn't, but whatever. So Mongoose and Branya. I wouldn't mind hitting those guys with Manhunter Pulse. I might just have Amon-Ra follow them around for a potential of a 5-stack Thrumbo Manhunter Pulse to absolutely pulverize my enemies. Sounds kind of nice to me. You know what I want? I want a Grand Rug. Maybe a few of them. I have a lot of leathers in here, so... Lady Shell, let's get ruggin'. That's not a word, but let's get ruggin'. Cheers. So this quest, the Bloodshed for Hire, tribespeople will arrive within 15 hours. Okay, so, Amon-Ra, don't stand out there for 14 more hours. It's probably not worth it. So I accepted this quest 2 hours ago, so it's 13 hours until they arrive. That's going to be 10 p.m. tonight. The worry is, I think at that point, Thrumbos might actually just be asleep. But oh well. It's the most res serum that you've seen in a series. What do I have? I'll have 4 by the time I'm done with this raid, I think. I've definitely had more than that. In previous series, I've had like up to 7. I do have a mass animal pulsar. Yeah, that's true. I could always use the animal pulsar with for one of the robots to quickly pulse them. Wait, where the heck are they going? Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, God, no. They're coming into the colony to eat my trees. No! 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 Wall raise. Go away! Macho was the perfect dude for the job with that wall raise of his. So now I'm just closing all the doors because the trap has been reset. And then mining my way out of these rocks. Because he's faster at mining than walking. Imagine being such a good miner that instead of like a, I don't know, 400 meter walk, it's faster for you to just mine through like 10 meters of stone. Is the front door open? It is still, yeah. So I need to close it there before they walk through all of the traps. Problem is now there's no longer a valid path into my colony, which means that the raiders are going to make one. Unless they're breach raiders, because they would just make one anyway. Breachers are jerks. This has no point, by the way. I just like to make it look clean. Because I'm just waiting to get attacked right now. There's nothing better to do. To clean up my beautiful home zone. Perfect. I do find it strange that Thrumbo and other creatures that wander in, their coding is kind of to walk to the center of things. And I don't know why that is. Because that was something that was happening in Knights of the Seer as well, is the Dare and the Lindworms would just enter the map tile and immediately just beeline for the middle of the map tile, which is just a strange behavior for them to have. I guess they're coded to do that. Hey, buddy. Yeah, let's start turtling up. That's not a bad idea. So animals to the pasture, and everybody else inside, so that there's no collateral. Prediction. Hey, Bobo. Thank you for the resub. Will Ammonites die or be captured? And I'm only going to have 2 minutes for this prediction because they're going to be arriving quite soon. So, as a little reminder, before you predict, it is about 150 enemies. And I don't know what their method of attack is going to be. They might breach, they might be traditional raiders. I really have no idea. If they're breachers, obviously their chance of killer captures probably a lot higher than if they're traditional raiders, because my base is pretty well set up to deal with the traditional idiots that march through traps and fire to try to get to me. But if they're sappers or breachers, then all bets are off. Of course, because we're tribal, there's no pod drop raiders, so at least that threat is mitigated. Because pod drop raiding is a lot scarier. It's possibly one complaint I have of RimWorld, which is there is no counter to pod drop raids. They just can't really, in vanilla RimWorld, be countered unless you're in an overhead mountain, which is not a a viable strategy on a lot of maps, on like flat maps with no mountains. There isn't mountain to counter them. And that's pretty brutal when like pod drop raiders drop in with doomsday launchers and triple launchers and instantly start firing. And you're like, cool, dude, I guess bye then? I guess I'm dead? And I'm sure that's happened to all of you at some point. And the fact that RimWorld has no counter to that does, in fact, confuse me. Because I think it would be a pretty reasonable counter to have, like, a anti-pod drop raid beacon. That would be really expensive to power up and upkeep and, you know, well, and research. But a pretty reasonable defense against what is otherwise undefendable. Who's done watching me paint by numbers here? This is just me meditating prior to a massive battle. I did notice a fair percentage of you, last time I put this prediction up, voted against me. So, I will remember that. Ooh, a flying combat supplier. Artificial metabolism. Why not? The other poll, should skill trainers be usable by Ammonites? No, only Amun-Ra and robots. Yes, but only Psycasters. Yes, available to all. What you think? I forgot about that until I saw it in the trade. What am I? I could sell my my glitter or my Luciferium because I'm not taking that. And the prestige helmet. I'll keep that just in case my cataphract breaks. There is a doomsday launcher, but we don't use ranged weapons. But it's super tempting to just be like, "Ha ha! Hi raiders!" Thunk. And blow them up with the doomsday launcher, but I think all the other Ammonites would be like, so we're following the devil. And they wouldn't be wrong. So pod drop raiders don't always land at your beacons. Sometimes they land at random colonists, so that's not a viable defense against them. There's different types of pod drop raids. They can either land scattered all over the map. They can land at your trade beacon, your oldest installed unroofed trade beacon with at least one spot next to it available. That's the technical classification. Or they can just land at a random colonist that is not, just a random colonist. So the pod drop raids where they land at a random colonist, like, you can't defend that unless you're all under Overhead Mountain. That's the only way to block them. But like I said, that's not a viable solution if you don't have mountain tiles where you are. Mr. Egg, thank you for the sub. Shouldn't we be Okay, yeah, it's coming now. They're arriving right now. I'm gonna go stand at the animal pulsar. Are the Thrumbo asleep? Never mind. Yeah, they're sleeping. Darn. Alright, raid red time. Battle is afoot. So if that's the case... Seabass, you're closest. Go open a valid path. Trap path for raiders. Perfect timing. They're unusually clever, but they will go through traps. So 22... So 76, which is literally exactly what the quest threatened with, 76. So it didn't lie, it was precise. And trainers will be available to all. You got it. I still am going to try to turn a few Thrumbo against them. The Thrumbos are just really good at killing tribals. So I'll use my Insanity Lance. I stunned one to wake it up, and then Insanity Lance them. Oh, they're fighting one another. For the love of God, could you pick on someone not your own size? All right, Firefly getting ready with Macho for the Berserk drops. Okay, and now the Thrumbo are indeed attacking. Wait, how is this Thrumbo not berserked? That makes no sense whatsoever, because that Thrumbo was, I used a lance on it. Lances don't wear off. Yeah, I don't know. That makes no sense at all. Well, okay. Firefly, Macho switch sides. I'm going to try to get a Berserk on there. Alright, it wasn't a very good one, but we can do it better in a second. Guerrero, maybe we can get you to Berserk Pulse. Let's see here. Perfect. Yeah, you want to come in? Raul Bosun? That's fine. March right on into my base. Alright, then to open up the Berserk Pulse, I'll have Macho be on Forbidden. He'll stand there. And Firefly will get ready to drop one. Path is opened. She's going to venture dangerously, but courageously out. Boom, got like 5 on that. And then get on back. While Guerrero covers her, she's getting shot. Oh, she lost a toe. Alright, we're covered. One Nimble made it through. But there's still, I would say, enough traps left up to not open up the east side. We'll keep using west. So Squeak. Rest, bros. Rest, Sabin, get down here. Macho, rest. Firefly, rest. Firefly's the only one actually in trouble. Hi, Tiger. So one Thrumbo. I don't even know what happened to Thrumbo. What? It unberserked itself. I don't know what's going on. It's just being weird. I'm guessing it collapsed and then lost its it lost its rage designation or something. That would be my guess. All right, so that's group 2 of 3. Fine, you can eat. Mike, you're gonna go on unforbidden or regular forbidden as well, because I need to move Lobster out of the way so that east side opens. The wall trick is pretty fun, yeah. To be able to open paths and close paths. To very, very tightly control the flow of enemies. Oh, and we have the second raid, and they're at Prepare a While, and they are 46 and 89, so they're more than 150. If they're Prepare a While, Amon-Ra, I am going to have you go grab your Phoenix Armor. And while you're up there, grab an Insanity Lance. Oh, actually... No. Grab an Orbital Beam Targeter. Let's not play. Let's smush. So 43... and 46. I'll go after the 46 with the Beam Targeter. You pissed off the wrong god. Punishment. Death. Want animals to be awake? If they prepare a while? Potentially. Animals usually wake up at like 7 in the morning. So we'll see. They're still asleep now, but possibly they wake up. I was hoping for a group pulse there, but it didn't end up happening. Alright, and that group is leaving. Aviator, you're a doc. Actually, tend to Firefly first. She's the one actually wounded. The rest are just bruised. Alright, Amon-Ra, instead of grabbing the Phoenix Armor, just go for the Bombardment Targeter. I don't think we're going to need the Fire Trap. So if I did want to rearm this quickly... let's use the pre-made traps. And then Maxu being the Guardian will deliver. It would help if I use more than one, but he's armored and he has psi casting, so he's better suited to it. Alright, let's go bomb them. It's still... animals are still asleep. Just keeping them drafted so they don't leave. Okay, you two can take a break. Goodbye. Well, one survived. I mean, others survived, but one is downed. Because he's tough. Hey, he got a taste of his own medicine. Little pyromaniac got burned to death. Alright, are animals awake yet? Nah. But probably they will be awake but before this group manages to get to the entrance. So Berserker Pulse still is a viable strategy here. Oh, weird. What? I'm given the rewards before the last fight? Okay, quest. That's not how this works, but, like, I don't mind. Sure. buggy little quest, but sure, whatever. The finger of an angry god. Okay, animals are up. So I think it's probably going to be most effective when the enemies are close to the front gate where the Thrumbo are. Because of all the animals that I have, the Thrumbo are going to be way the scariest. Although the elephants are going to pack a heck of a punch too. So maybe I'll pulse them when they're near the rhinos and the elephants. That's a lot of gold. That is a lot of gold. Close the door first? I actually don't want to close the door. The reason being, I want the raid party attracted to come to this area. If I close the door right now, what would end up happening is this raid party would have attacked these doors and tried to get into my colony this way. And doing it this way allows me to sort of control the direction that they're going to attack. And then right when I hit the animal pulsar, I can then close the door. So the door acts as a lure. And it looks like they split 50-50. There really isn't any animals on the east side, though. But that's fine, because the elephant group is going to smush this group like you've never seen before. So, Shellbell, we're going to give you the honors. And then Squeakums, or Macho, you'll be standing at the door ready to close it. Yeah, if raiders don't have a clear path to be able to get to you, they'll make one by breaking down doors. But if there is an open door, then they'll try to travel to it. And then if there is enemies in their path, so for instance, if I had one colonist standing out here as a valid target for them to attack to, I could close my doors as long as there is at least one target accessible. If there's 0 targets accessible, because everyone's behind closed doors, then they start bashing doors down. So that's just how that works. And now looks good. So if my calculations are correct, these Thrumbo will take out the east team, and these elephants and rhinos will take out the west team. So Shellbell, hit it. And Macho, close it. Make sure everybody's on the inside, including my animals. Yep. Yep, worked as intended. Elephants stomped the east raid group. Why is time slowing down, though? Oh, because the dryads got angry with me. Because they were not bonded. So where's the other dryad? This one's dead. The other dryad is chasing Macho. Okay, problem solved. Oh, this is a complete and utter slaughter. Some of the raid party, like, just bounced and decided to go a different route. And now they're fleeing. Raid's over. I won. And I also made a ton of food for myself. So the reason why the East Raid changed directions is when I closed that door, the next valid target that they chose to attack were the giraffes up here. So they just chose to go the way of the giraffe. For whatever reason, it's just random. And now I'm just going to keep my doors closed until those Thrumbo leave, because I'm not about to fight them fairly. I'll fight them unfairly when I can berserk them and have them fight themselves. Okay, what I do need for you all is for you to submit goals for me. So suggest goals and clean up the raid. Predictions. Will they be captured? It was a no. I used special tactics and weapons. I swatted them, is what I'm trying to say. I do, however, have a lovely bionic leg to install. So let's get that going. Pulses are incredible, yeah. Especially on high pop maps, high biosphere maps. They're just insanely strong. All right, Elizabeth, don't fail. I'll judge you. It would be fratricide if you failed and killed me. For I am your father. Alright, they're still manhunted. The elephants are unconscious, though. Well, most are. And the rhinos died. Yeah, special tactics and weapons. I said it backwards, because halfway through saying it, I realized that I was basically quoting SWAT. If Ra dies from surgery, would I res him? If he died here, I could res him. Because the robots can res him. I guess technically I could res him, because what would end up happening if he died outside, I would have the Ammonites bring him here, and then have them leave this area, and then have the robots use the res serum in here. So there's ways, now that I have androids, to res him without violating the rules, because the Ammonites themselves wouldn't be able to use the res serum, but the robots can, so it's kind of, you know, it's kind of a relay. They'd have to relay between the two, but yeah, it would be possible. Okay, the Thrumbo are losing their manhunter any minute now. And Aminorana has 2 legs. 2 robotic legs. Hey, we got a rug. I'm slightly worried that this rug is like the rugs from the Medieval Overhaul mod, where like I'll install it and it will break everything. But that's also kind of funny, so I'm gonna install it there and see if it breaks the like best bed that we have in the colony. Okay, maybe we run it as an experiment. It is VE rugs, so chances are VE rugs aren't going to break things. So I'll put it under a few shelves that are of no consequence. Dang, they're still at it. I'm not really sure what happened to that Berserk Pulse, though. Or the Berserk Lance. That was a little disappointing. Why it, like, wore off. Just making sure that the others that are around here aren't ones that I would want to add. Not really. So I think I'm going to end up fighting these Thrumbo unless they chill soon. Because we have a lot of meat out there just spoiling because these Thrumbo won't relax. Oh, there they go. Oh, it's just one Thrumbo. One little jerk Thrumbo. Well, you know what we can do to jerk Thrumbos? Knock them unconscious. All right, new goal. Build a massive pyramid. So Misa, there's really no way to dig a tunnel for the androids to maintain these things, because these things are in separate mountains, and then the AC units are on the wrong side of this tunnel, so I wouldn't be able to tunnel. Well, yeah. So it's not a goal that I can do. I can't have the androids servicing them unless I install new androids in that spot. Remove the old hospital. Add power to the lab. Get the bandit camp persona core. And get the relic. What do you guys think I should do? And thanks for submitting the goals. Nope, not time for rest. Sorry, dude. All right, everybody is going to be allowed out there now, including the animals. And I'm just going to kill the last Thrumbo. It's too bad I don't have a bow, though, because I could kill him way easier. So now I'm pitting the Thrumbo against one another. Hey, Marcos, you want to help? Because Thrumbo fur is amazing. Where'd the, there was 5. Oh, okay. Wait, where? Oh, he's up here. Oh, this one did not get that hurt. Still bleeding out, but not as hurt as I'd want it to be. We killed that one. Sorry, Thrumbo, it's not a fair fight. You lovely, majestic, dead creature, you. Godfather, you missed a lot. You're out in 21 hours. He's missed all the fun. That rug's really nice. I'm glad I decided to try to use up some of the stupid amounts of leather I have for just rugs. So, Bandit Camp Persona Core is going to be our goal. So, clean up the raid. Oops. And get the bandit camp. Persona Core. So that is this bad boy here. 11 days left, 12 enemies present. Next question. Who goes through the next regen cycle? Firefly with 1 wound. Oh, really? Okay, well, I guess they're going to be fighting that. Maxu with 1. Squeakums with 2. Potentially more, because she's currently in a fight. She's almost dead, actually. She died. Okay, then. A social fight where you Hulk smash the other person's torso into nothing. Alright, so I guess Squeak is not going to be included in that. Seabass. For 2 wounds. Bros for 1. Marcos for 1. Sabin for 3. Really? Really? Observed corpse? You made that corpse! Oh, I hate you. He's like, I don't know, there's a corpse here. I wonder how it got there, Mike. I wonder how it got there. If only the mystery could be solved. Unfreaking believable. Can I see what started the fight? Sure. Squeakums openly insulted Marvelous Mike's shooting skills. This drove Marvelous Mike into a rage, and he began to fight. Shooting skills of 2. See, the thing is, he fought with his fists, so... Talk poo and get the shoe. That's how I'm going to phrase that. Oh, this is the wrong stone. We also seem to be throwing a party. Our moral guide. Well, I guess that's maybe a good idea, given that we just murdered one of our own. Although we're partying around her corpse. Firefly, cancel the party. Thank you. It's disturbing that I mean, I guess that's how they party in some cultures. It's not like a somber funeral, it's a party. Like, one particular one is Taiwanese funerals have, how to say this sensitively. They have scantily clad dancers at Taiwanese funerals. I don't know. But that's just the way it is. So here's the funeral for Squeakums. I think, if you're wondering why I haven't been resurrecting people that die, I think, as part of the story, it makes the most sense for the regular Ammonites to actually just get buried and to get turned into sarcophagi. We don't have a tomb yet. That has never been voted as a goal. But the reason is, it was a sort of a special case for Shelbel, because she was one of the original founding members, and Amon-Ra cared about her more than the average Ammonite. He does pick favorites. He's still human after all. But for everybody else that has perished, they just are treated like regular humans and left to die. Even if it was pretty inglorious, given that it was a social fight. That's a brutal way to go. All right, looks to me like there's still one Thrumbo left to be hauled. So, bros, you go get it. We might have missed one. Yeah, we missed one. One walked out, I think. But we got 4 of 5, so that's pretty good. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld False God, which originally streamed live on Twitch, August 28th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Adios, my fellow Ammonites.